Hello everyone, welcome to So This Happened. Here, we take you through stories that made a buzz recently. My name is Margaret Isazua. Now that I've welcomed you, let me ask you something real quickly. If you found out your property had been seized and sold, and you weren't even properly informed, what would you do? Would you shout? Would you cry? Or head straight to the court like former Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele? Because that's exactly what he's doing right now. So here's how the gist started. The EFCC got a court order and seized a massive estate, 753 housing units in Lokogoma, Abuja. They claimed the estate was linked to shady deals and tied to a former top government official. At that time, Emefiele's name didn't even enter the matter. But fast forward, and guess who has now stepped forward saying, "Excuse me, I have interest in that property," Emefiele. Now, through his lawyer, A.M. Kotoye, he is now at the Court of Appeal in Abuja, dragging the federal government and basically saying that land is partly mine and nobody told me anything before it was taken. He further stated that the EFCC published the forfeiture notice, yes, but in a hidden corner of a newspaper that almost nobody reads. Now, according to him, it was practically invisible. He said that around that time, he was also juggling 3 different criminal cases in Abuja and Lagos. So even if he wanted to notice the notice, his hands were already full. Now, Emefiele also accused the EFCC of deliberately concealing the case, even though they were already in direct contact with him over other investigations. But the trial court saw things differently. The judge ruled that the EFCC did follow due process and the newspaper notice was sufficient. In other words, the court believed Emefiele should have known if he had been paying attention. Now, Emefiele is asking the Court of Appeal to, number 1, reverse the judgment delivered on April 28, 2025. 2, make void both the interim and final forfeiture orders from November 1st and December 2nd, 2024, and grant his application filed in January 2025. He's insisting that the previous ruling was built on hearsay, suspicion, and no solid evidence. He also maintains that he has both legal and equitable rights to the property, even though the court said he failed to prove ownership. Meanwhile, let's not forget that this entire mess is unfolding while Emefiele is still facing multiple criminal charges across Abuja and Lagos. But guys, remember, this is 753 homes we are talking about. That's not small land though. Now, is a newspaper notice enough in 2025, especially for something this big? And what about the Nigerians who might buy these homes? What happens to them if the court later says Emefiele was right? Let's just drop your thoughts in the comment section below.